Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. President and the rest of council, it's not your fault. It's not the mayor's fault. It's not the city planning director's fault. It's not the clerk's fault. It's no one's fault but my own. The blame lies with Councilwoman Tonya Payne. No one else. Where's Mr. Ellis? Because I want to be able to look you in your face and apologize to you. It was my mistake. It was no one else's mistake. You know, I said earlier this week, you know, we can probably go through the whole records department we have and find many occasions when things were delayed, things weren't presented, things were denied. I mean, we can find 1,001 times there have been some error made in public government. It happened. I never promised anyone in my council district that I would never, ever make a mistake. I simply never made that. And here, right before me, I had this mistake that was made. And I accept it. I accept full blame for it. Okay, I'm human, and I will err. I know most of you guys are in your first few months of being here, and some of us has been here for a while. Probably you've never made a mistake. You probably don't make mistakes now, and you may never make mistakes. That could be a true statement. You know, some people are perfect, but I'm not. I'm not perfect. I never pretend to be perfect. I made a mistake. And I'm woman enough to look Mr. Ellis in the eye and say, I'm sorry for the mistake that I made. I said that the other day. And any mistake that I make, I will accept the responsibility and be accountable to the mistakes that I've made. Again, I've never promised that I wouldn't make any mistakes. I made this mistake, and you know what? I could potentially make other mistakes. I'm sorry. I'm human. I am human. Sometimes people in the public, you know, they confuse being an elected official from just being a private citizen, a human being. Some people think we're these superheroes. You never get disappointed. You never get hurt. You never are attacked. You know, they forget all that. I juggle millions of balls in the air at one time. Since I've been here, when I came here, there was plenty of issues just waiting on my desk. Plenty of issues. And they weren't easy issues. These were contentious issues in this district. And I have to juggle these balls all the time. And occasionally, one of those balls slipped. You know, now, would I want it to be the ball of my biggest adversaries? No. That's the last ball you want to drop is the people that you know are your adversaries. So you don't intentionally let your adversary's ball drop, but it happened. It happened. You know, like I said, it's a balancing act that you got to do. And since I've been here, you can go anywhere in my district. People will tell you I either perform or I overperform. It's seldom that I underperform. I know the mission that I had before me, and my district ain't made up like most of your district. Y'all don't have half the problems in your districts as I have in mine. But I deal with these issues, and I deal with them well, and on occasions, there may be a slip up. But I'm not going to let anybody else take the blame for my slip up. This is my slip up. This is what I've done. And I apologize for it, and I'm woman enough to say I apologize for it, and I'm sorry I made a mistake. And the biggest apology goes to the people of this district more than anybody else. I've never, ever seen a state representative send a letter urging for some kind of investigation. Now this is the second time I'm going to bring this up today. We had Councilwoman Carlisle sitting here with major criminal charges facing her. Representative Preston didn't send a letter saying, let's investigate. And they talk about political pettiness. Political pettiness has been surrounded around me since the day I got here. It is difficult to to be the representative of this district when you always got the previous council person up behind the scenes. And if any of us believe that Sala ain't behind the scenes maneuvering, still wanting to be the council person, it's like having two districts. Being a representative double time. Because you always got him, in the back trying to maneuver whatever. When you guys took office, your predecessors isn't out there in the district still acting like they're the representative. No one on this floor has to deal with that. No one. When people lose, they move on. I'm the only council person up here who has to deal with a former council person in the district. Everything you do, as hard as you work, he's going to work just as hard against you. It's unbelievable. And you're not hurting me. He's not hurting me. He's hurting the people in the district. These are these people's lives. Again, I apologize to Mr. Ellis. I apologize to the district. I apologize to the president of this council. I apologize to the mayor of this city. I apologize to the clerk of this council. To anybody else, and most of all to the people in this district. I made a mistake. Councilwoman Tonya Payne made a mistake. And you know what? I may make another mistake. I pray I don't. And I pray if I do, it has nothing to do with any of my adversaries. I pray that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Payne. Mrs. Harris.